Hello everyone and welcome to this midday speaker video. I'm here today with Gokan Ozcifci. How are you doing, Gokan?
I'm doing very well. How are you?
I'm doing fabulous. The sun is out and it's a short week, so today's almost like Friday, so that
Oh,
always
wow.
helps.
That's cool. That's cool.
So before we go on, can you quickly introduce yourself?
Oh, yeah. My name is Gokan, as Vlad mentioned. I am from the wonderful country of Belgium, which is maybe one of the smallest country in the whole world. I am a Microsoft regional director and a Office services and apps MVP, focusing like the last time on evangelizing all the Office 365 and all stacks around at customers and partners. So that's
Awesome, man. For how long have you been working with SharePoint?
it's the first day. I only did SharePoint in my life. It's crazy, right?
Okay, so you're like me. SharePoint is your career.
Definitely SharePoint is my career. First day in my life was like, just go do SharePoint.
Just go to But how many years ago is that?
Like 8-9 years ago, like just after school, I applied for a job, and they told me, I still can remember, they sold me the thing like, we have 8 MVPs working in the company, just come join us and you will learn from the best. And when I went there for the first day, there was no MVPs, nobody. They just lied to me, and they just give me the mock. Remember the mock of 2010? Just
Yeah.
like, this is the mock, and learn it, and you have 2 months of learning SharePoint, and then you have to go to customers. We have to bill you. And that's my career, who was actually like, yeah, it was not a good start, but I hope I will finish in a good way with SharePoint.
It's on the right track so far.
I hope, I really hope.
And originally you were more, and you still are a bit in your heart, on the IT pro side of SharePoint, right?
Still today, yeah. Like, I've been always an IT pro. The last years I've been focusing more on how to build solutions in the Office 365 stack for customers, which was not always like IT pro, more on bringing customers into the Microsoft Cloud, helping them out, like teaching them, like I do with my son, like, hey, this is how you are gonna eat today, or this is how you're gonna play soccer. And I show to people, like, this is how you use SharePoint. This is how a modern document library looks like. And I've been doing more and more stuff like this the last time. So, and I'm very happy with that, because I'm learning from the field, from a complete different perspective, not only IT pro, but from an end user perspective. And then I can define my roadmap for that specific company, because I know the culture very well. So it has his yin yang, as we say, the IT pro, the end user, and it makes a complete profile for me, at least for my customers, to help them out to go to the Microsoft Cloud.
Awesome. And you talk a lot about training as well. You've also been speaking at conferences and even organizing some conferences as well, all over Europe.
A lot. Like, not like you live about that. I have a wife and 2 children, unfortunately. Huh?
Let's make sure they don't watch this video then.
They won't. And yeah, so last year, like, I've been doing like 40 events, from international to national. And like, I still remember when we did SharePoint Fest Seattle together, and we flew from the West Coast to the East Coast to SPTech Boston, and we made fun at that conference. It was like 7 days of full conferences. Yeah, like, and like 40 events only on speaking. Also, as you mentioned, organizing, like the Modern Workplace Conference in Paris, SharePoint Saturday Istanbul, helping the guys out for SharePoint Saturday Dubai, helping for SharePoint Saturday Warsaw, etc., etc. So I can definitely define myself as a community warrior.
Awesome. And with 40 events, you definitely are.
Well, I hope. I really hope.
Do you remember what your first ever speaking session was?
Oh, it was the worst one. I still remember. Like, it was the SharePoint Saturday Belgium, my first speaking engagement ever. And the local guys trusted in me. I was still not an MVP, still nothing. And my topic was, I don't know if you remember, but in SharePoint 2013, you had the community sites, right?
Yeah.
Where you could ask questions and give badges, and that was my session. And I never presented before, and I only had like 9 slides. And the demo environment was not working. I had a 8 gigabyte machine with SharePoint, with 3 machines, a SQL server. Like the cloud era was still not there, and it was all on premises. And I was done in 15 minutes, right? I had nothing to present. Like I wasn't prepared at all, and people just left. Like after 15 minutes, nobody in the room, and I was still creating my web application. How stupid could I be to create a web application during a presentation with the extra slow laptop? So it was a horrible experience for me to present at the first SharePoint Saturday for me, which was in 2013, I guess, like ages ago. And I still have that pain, and I still feel it. Like not a good memory for me, at least.
But you've kept going on, because now you're speaking 40 events.
Keep going on. Yeah, I see it as a huge achievement, right?
Yeah.
But many will say it's not about quantity, but about quality. Many will say, okay, like if he can speak at 40 events, and especially international events, it should be at least good, because otherwise he can be accepted. So I really hope I'm doing a good job. I know people like my sessions, but I'm also, one of the guys who is not scared of saying what he's thinking. And in most cases, it can have some conflicts. But yeah, I'm very happy to do that kind of events and really say the good, the bad, and the ugly of the whole Microsoft stack, because I'm not a Microsoft employee. I'm there for my customers, and I'm trying to get the best of both worlds into one world.
Awesome. And you're speaking in this May, you're speaking at the biggest SharePoint event. I mean, the SharePoint conference is kind of like the first league for
The Nirvana.
SharePoint speakers.
The Nirvana. Like whenever you're done, you just take your badge, and you just say like, okay, I'm done. I'm
done.
Drop the mic.
Retire at the top, right?
It's retire at the top. Nirvana.
What are you speaking on this May?
I'm gonna have 2 talks. The first one is about Microsoft Teams, which will be like how to become a rock star in using Microsoft Teams. I'll be showing like the new capabilities such as live events, about whiteboards, how you can actually use whiteboards and integrate it with Teams, tabs, bots, extensions, connectors, everything from an end user perspective, from power user perspective, so they can really use and get the whole benefit of the Microsoft Teams stack. And second, I'll be talking.
One sec.
Yeah.
Is the second talk on Teams as well? Because if you're going to change T-shirts,
no.
just do it on camera.
No, not going to change. Well, you know what? Let me do it. No. The second talk is going to be more IT Pro. It's going to be about security in Office 365. Like I'm going to give an introduction on the secure score, on the cloud app security, on how you can actually apply DLP on Microsoft Teams, on how you can apply conditional access in Office 365, etc., etc. So one session is more about getting the benefit of Microsoft Teams. The other one is like securing the whole environment, an overview of securing the whole environment at SharePoint Conference.
Awesome. One last question for you, Gokan, before I let you go back to evening over there, so back to the family. The party has always been a big part of the SharePoint conference.
I don't know.
You don't know?
Because it's going to be my first SharePoint conference. Yeah, because I wanted to go in 2013, and really I was like, okay, I have to be there, but it was like on the same date as my wedding, so it was my wife or the SharePoint conference. So unfortunately, again, I had to choose for my wife.
Yeah.
Then in 2014, I said like, okay, I missed 2013, so I have to go in 2014. And again, it was my son, his birth. So I couldn't say like, okay, honey, I'm going to leave you alone.
You could have brought him in Vegas, no?
yeah, only 1 week child in Vegas. I don't know, like, and I said, like, I have to do it in 2015. Like, this time it's gonna be my year, and they stopped. Mom, it's not possible. I have to be there. So, and if I'm remembering correctly, last year was the North American SharePoint conference.
Yeah.
So it's only the SharePoint conference. So I'm very glad to be back at the first SharePoint conference, not the North American SharePoint conference, but to the SharePoint conference.
The reborn one.
Oh yeah, it's gonna be huge this year. It's gonna be huge.
Awesome. Well, thank you very much, Gokan, for taking the time to talk with me. It was great chatting to you as always, and I'm looking forward to seeing you in Vegas.
Thank you so much. See you soon, Vlad.
Bye.